Hi, my name is Joe Gentile. I'm a partner at Sarraf Gentile LLP. So, like I'm sure a lot of you, I've been following in the news lately the saga of New York State's investigation into the Trump organization for, amongst other things, possible tax frauds. And what's been reported is that a lot of that investigation right now is focusing on the cooperation or potential cooperation from the company's CFO, a man named Weisselberg. I don't know if he's a whistleblower, but I thought that this situation is a good situation to at least illustrate what the False Claims Act can do for somebody in his situation where you have knowledge of a potential tax fraud and how you can use that to your advantage. So the False Claims Act is the statute that we have in New York that we use to both reward and protect whistleblowers who come forward with information that can benefit the state in investigating frauds against it, such as tax frauds. New York is one of the few states in the country that allows its False Claims Act to be used to recover for tax frauds. So, assuming that Mr. Weisselberg is a whistleblower, let's say that this is what he decided to do. He came forward voluntarily with information showing that his employer was engaged in a tax fraud. If he did that, then for purposes of upside, he would be entitled to recover between 15 and 25% of the amount of money that New York State recovers as a result of his information. So New York can recover the taxes that were owed. They could recover penalties, they could recover interest, there's treble damages. So the total amount of money that could be recovered is substantially more than just the back tax owed. Another benefit, if you decided to be a whistleblower or if Mr. Weisselberg decided to be a whistleblower, is that he would have been able to report this information and file a claim under seal. So the government would investigate the claim, and if they decided that they didn't want to prosecute the claim for whatever reason, he would have the ability, or you would have the ability, to dismiss your case under seal, and it doesn't become public that the case was filed. New York is also pretty permissive about people going forward with a case under a corporation name. So there are scenarios, I don't think something this high profile would be one of them, but there are scenarios where the whistleblower's name is never disclosed publicly. If he decided to step forward as a whistleblower, he would also get retaliation protections. So let's say it did become public that he was a whistleblower and his employer, in this case the Trump organization, decided to fire him or make it very difficult for him to get future jobs. There are provisions in the New York False Claims Act that allow you to sue your former employer for damages related to that, and also to potentially pay attorney's fees for it. So while the retaliation provisions won't prevent a company from retaliating or firing somebody, it certainly will make them think hard about doing it, and there's some bite to it if they in fact do. You'd be in a much better situation also. Let's say, for instance, that Mr. Weisselberg participated in the fraud in some way. Let's say he assisted in it. If the government is coming to you with evidence that they know that you did this, your bargaining position is going to be much worse than if you had proactively gone to the government with the information. That's not always the best move to do. It's very much a case-by-case analysis. But while you don't get immunity for being a whistleblower, you certainly are in a better bargaining position with regards to how you are treated. So again, I don't know if this particular situation involves whistleblowing or not, but the fact pattern, at least as it's been reported publicly, definitely lends itself well to an analysis to showing how it could play out positively for somebody that comes forward with information.